Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about jigs. I'm going to show you great jigs to use, and then in my next video I'm going to show you trailers to pair these jigs with. Right here I have my jig box. As you can see, I have a lot of jigs. I have them all mixed about over here, and I have 6 of them in front of me that I'm going to use to demonstrate what jigs to use and my favorite jigs to use. So let me start out with going with this purple. I really like this color. It's a very vibrant color. Great in dirty water, great in murky water, which is a lot of the waters I fish around me are murky and dirty, and so they've not seen a color quite like this. And I have a peanut butter and jelly pocket crawl on there, and I'll explain that in my next video. The next one I'm going to go to is this Bitsy Bug jig, and I have a summer crawl color and a summer crawl pocket crawl on there. I'll explain the pocket crawl in the next video as well. But I use this early when the water is still very cold, just above freezing. It's a smaller jig. It's I believe it's an 1/8 ounce, 1/8 ounce jig. I picked this up earlier this year, picked up a few fish on it during the cold water, just barely moving that. Moving on to this next one, the black and red. The black and red, it's a swim jig, as were the last two I showed you, were both swim jigs, as you can see, swim jigs. It's a black swim jig. I don't really swim this one as much. I typically bounce it. I never really swim jig. Swim the jigs. I will on occasion. I do pick up a few fish like that, but I usually pick up my fish bouncing them off the bottom. But I do like to swim jigs over pitching jigs or something like that when going off the bottom. Don't know why. It's just my preference. I like the way they look. I like the versatility of them. You can bounce them off the bottom or swim them as well. So here's the black and red. I use this stained water. I pitched it in fairly clear water and picked up a few fish, but not as many as in the stained water. Really, for the stained water, or for the clear water, I like using the natural summer crawl color, pumpkin color here, and just like a brown kind of color for the clear water. Now these are pitching jigs. This is a pitching jig, rattling pitching jig. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but it rattles. I picked up a few fish off this one this year. It's not a bad jig. I cast it out. I kind of throw it at the cover. There's mats where I fish, and I throw them at the mats and like out in the middle of the pond and let it drop. Pick up a few fish on that. That's a pitching jig. I like pitching that in tight cover, sticks, logs, if I'm out on the boat, targeting cover. Here is also a pitching jig. This was a rattling jig, but I didn't like the rattles on this one, so I did take them off. And that is in a pumpkin black color. That's a very good one to use. Now, I also have a go-to chartreuse jig I like to use. It's not my favorite jig, but if the water isn't the greatest, I pulled out the wrong chartreuse jig, guys. Sorry about that. If the water isn't the greatest, I do like throwing it. This is a Kevin Van Dam Sexy Shad swim jig. I kind of throw it a lot. I mean, I don't throw it as much as my other jigs, but I do throw it quite a bit. That's paired with a clear chartreuse pocket crawl. I do like that combination. Looks good together. When I see shad schooling, bass schooling shads or something, I like throwing that to them. It tends to pick up some fish. I'm going to try to find one more jig here, guys. I've caught a lot of fish on this year. I actually have my June bug color tied up right now on my bait caster, so I'm not going to be able to show that one to you at this moment. There. Now, I'm not as big of a black and blue jig kind of person as most people are, but I do like to keep black and blue on hand. Always got to have your black and blue. I have a few more in different sizes, but I like the black and blue. And I will keep this one out. I'm going to show you in the next video what I pair this with. I pair it with a few different things. It just depends on what situation I'm in. But I'm going to keep this one out for sure to show you what I pair it with, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. That's just a insight on some of the jigs I use, some of the jigs that'll work in your area. Message me with the color of your water, the temperature of your water, the type of climate you guys have, and the type, like if you have grass in your pond, rocks, something like that. Let me know what you guys have, and I'll try to tell you the best I can of what kind of jig to use and what colors to use versus swim jig, pitching jig, where to throw it, how to work it in the water, and what trailers to put on it. So send me that kind of stuff if you guys need any advice on anything. I'm not going to judge you if you ask me why do I want to use a jig or something like that. I'm not going to judge you on that. I'm just out here trying to help you guys, get you guys in, try a few different tackle options. I know a lot of people use spinner baits, worms, something like that. It's what they tend to throw. Jigs are a fun way to mix it up a little bit. I just got into jig fishing really hard this year. I've used them in the past, just not as much as I have this year. So let me know, comment, subscribe, tell me what you guys think, and other videos you guys want to see. So thanks, and I'll talk to you guys soon.